Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Fester's Quest. In the last episode, we beat 2 more bosses by the skin of our teeth. Barely. And now it's time to go down those stairs into the sewers once again. Also, we have more of the clue filled in, this time in the upper center part of the picture. And I'm going to start this section off by using the slimes to farm for whip upgrades. At this point in the game, you want to power the whip all the way up to level 4. This is absolutely crucial for the bosses that we're going to fight at this point in the game, and basically the rest of the game period. The slimes here are our best bet for doing that if we haven't made it by the time we've made it past the 4th building. When you fire items off these slimes, you want to shoot the gun more slowly and more methodically. That way, when you find a whip upgrade, it isn't surrounded by other items like gun downgrades or whip downgrades, like I was originally meaning to say, but you don't want those either. Also, we can use the whip to grab items such as that whip upgrade I just found. Level 3 is this little light blue chain that's supposed to resemble metallic gray, and it has a little spiky point at the end. Looks pretty cool, but we're about to get even cooler once we get the whip powered up to level 4, which is the highest it can go. As I said, slow and methodical really wins the day here. You do not want to pick up any weapon downgrades at this point in the game. I mean, they're bad news at any point, but once you're halfway through the game, it's pretty bad. You might as well lose all your health, use continue, start back at the very beginning of the game, and go back to all the way to where you were, after farming for everything, of course, and then continuing the game from there, hopefully learning a lesson out of that. And there is the last upgrade for the whip that we can get, and that is the flame whip that we're using. We have the most powerful whip in the game. You definitely want to be careful when using the whip, because you can pick up any item that is on the screen, including weapon downgrades, in case I hadn't said it before. And when you go up these stairs, you want to go into that hole in the dock, because, well, that's the only thing that keeps that from being a dead end. You also want to equip both the potions, and you also want to whip the whip in case you reach any green or pink frogs. They'll go down in 2 hits. Just wait for them to A, stop flashing, and B, be on the ground, because you can't hit them while they're in midair during their jump. I also got the potions for this little specific section of the path because, well, we're going to run into the purple dome enemies that go through the walls again, and they can spawn endlessly, but in this case they didn't really get that much of a jump on me. They did give me a harder time in some practice runs though. And thankfully, the sewer sections that we enter, like in the second half of the game, are much shorter, pretty linear. Then again, they've always been linear, but they do get more straightforward and shorter. And we've now reached another building, so let's equip a key, take care of any frogs that are in the way, and get right onto that building. At this point, the buildings get even more complex in terms of the maze layout. At least they're not randomly generated. Anyway, you want to take this first left, go forward, go left again, go forward, turn right, and you can go all the way forward, turn right, and you want to take the first right. Then go forward, turn right again, and you want to take the second left. Get out your invisible potions, get out your whip, and fight this guy with the invisible potions and the whip. This guy will jump around and shoot at you with a 3-way shot. The whip does the most damage. You can get at least 2 shots on this boss with the whip before it jumps in the air. When it's in the air, you can't hit it. In case you run out of invisibility potions, just use your healing potions whenever you're down to 1 unit of health. That's pretty much it with this boss. The bosses get much easier in the second half of the game. And this is assuming you've gotten both your gun and your whip maxed out. And of course you have all the items. You definitely don't want to miss all the items that we found at this point. We'll find the noose later. And there we go. Managed to beat that guy without having to resort to my healing potions. And let's go ahead and get another bulb so that way we can go down the sewers and actually have some light. And of course have the gun just in case. Gun's still going to be useful even when the whip is fully maxed out, because some enemies are still easy to deal with the gun, even when you have the whip all the way at maximum level, such as those little purple enemies that go through the walls. You'll still want to dig the whip out in case enemies like that green frog or the pink frog over there show up and rain on your parade. You'll still want to whip out the whip for that. And we're definitely going to get some frogs here. There are a bunch of red frogs. We may get some of the more powerful varieties. That depends on how bad your luck is, because this game can be a jerk at times. And from here we can just avoid the waterways, which can do absolutely nothing to us, and go up these stairs. Now we have a few things to take care of before we do anything else. Once we are now in this maze. There are those stupid bugs again. Stupid bugs that jump when you shoot the gun. We need to find a few things. There is a house right there. We want to enter it. You can see that house there in the bottom there. You want to go into this corner. When you can't go down anymore, you want to go to the left and then go down. You will go through the trees here. And from there you can just walk onto the door, unlock with the key. And you get this. You get this little interesting 8-bit photo of the complete Addams family, as well as a dancing deer antlers thing. And you also have the second collectible unit of health. We are now down to the maximum HP value of 4. Let's go ahead and take care of one of these heads so that way that we don't run into anything on the way to using the money at the hot dogs. Just equip the money, go out to a hot dog stand, press A, and if you have 5 money, you'll refill all of your health. You also want to go into this house too, because it has the last inventory item that we need. It's going to be a good one. Mama gives you nooses. You have up to 15, and whenever you use it, Wirsch will show up, the butler, and he will destroy all on-screen enemies. It does not work against bosses, so in case you do get, I guess you could say, swamped by enemies from one building to another, feel free to use one. I mean, exercise judgment when you need to, but by all means do use one. Like here. And voila, we got rid of all the enemies. We still have to deal with the flies that those heads shoot out though, but, well, that's a small price to pay. At least we don't have to deal with any of those purple dome-like enemies that go through the walls anymore. Until we, of course, we meet them again somewhere in the sewers or something. But we want to use a bulb here, and we do want to equip the noose just in case. At this point, green and frogs will start showing up here. You may get some pink ones here too. As long as there are frogs on the screen, unless there's like some red ones, like nothing but red ones, go ahead and keep the whip in hand, so that way you're not completely taken aback. And from there, we're actually on the dirt path underground. Once you go all the way north at the beginning, you want to go all the way to the left. You want to go all the way to the west. And from here, follow the path. And you want to keep going south when you start seeing these guys. you know, when you see those, start seeing those purple dome-like enemies for the first time, go south, then go west, and then go south towards these downed pillars. From there, you want to go south and east towards this brick floor. You're out of this maze now. Congratulations. And we are now going to be nearing a bunch of bad enemies. I checked to make sure I have the noose equipped, and thankfully I do. So we're able to take care of all these guys. Still going to have to deal with the flies, but thankfully I have a good amount of vice grips, which I've barely used, in case I have to deal with any enemies, or in that case, slow down when I go towards these stairs here. Use a bulb, re-equip the nooses. You never know when you might run into a really tight spot. There's a few of them in the game. You'll figure out which ones are the tight spots, usually, by playing through this game often enough and actually getting some stuff done. And from here, we are now at yet another building. So you want to use a key at this building, because there's nothing else here to do. From here, go all the way forward, turn left, then turn left again. Then from here, turn right, because you don't want to go into that little corridor there. And from there, you want to turn left, go forward, turn right. Then you want to go all the way forward, turn right, go forward a little more, turn right again. And from here, you want to take the first left. From there, go all the way forward. There's the door. You want to equip the invisibility potions and the whip, and be prepared to fight this guy. Just like with the last boss, you want to keep using your invisibility potions, and you want to keep using the whip along with it. Thankfully, he stays on the ground all the time, and he just fires a fireball and a three-way shot. But he doesn't jump around all the time, so it's a lot easier for you to actually take the guy down with a whole bunch of whip attacks. In case you run out of invisibility potions, once again, use your healing potions. This guy will go down just as easily. And thankfully, since you have 4 units of health, you'll take a lot more abuse before you need to use a healing potion. This guy is much easier than the last one. Trust me on that one. And now that we've beaten that boss, we now have our solution as to where Gomez is. He's on a UFO, the same one we saw in the intro. And now to go after it. But that'll have to wait until the next video, so join me next time, where I finish this game once and for all. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!